Hello and welcome back to this episode of Go to Pakistan. Pakistanis can now be arrested or even fined millions of rupees for posting views that do not align with their government's stance. It's Big Brother magnified, and citizens are up in arms against this digital suppression of free speech. Pakistan's parliament passed a bill on Thursday night to amend the already controversial Prevention of Electronic Crimes Act of 2016. The bill was introduced on Wednesday and was passed within 24 hours by the National Assembly or the lower house of the parliament in an unusual display of urgency. This despite a walkout by opposition leaders and journalists in the parliament. Usama Khilji, director of Bolobhi, a digital advocacy organization in Pakistan, said that we are reaching a point where we are unable to count the number of times the expression yet another attempt has been used for the state's efforts to restrict freedom of speech and undermine the right to privacy in Pakistan. But what are these amendments? The amendments grant the government sweeping powers to regulate social medias. Penalties include up to 3 years in prison and a fine of up to Rs 20 lakh for spreading fake news. The bill also prohibits sharing statements from banned organizations or their members and broadens the definition of social media platforms to include any online information management systems. Journalists and digital rights activists have widely condemned the amendments. Digital rights activist Faria Aziz said that these amendments make the law even more draconian by expanding the executive's capture over the internet, both through criminal penalties, licensing, and a takedown regime. The amendment bill bans the streaming of parliamentary proceedings and also includes provisions to create a Digital Rights Protection Authority, which is a new tribunal with the power to remove online content that it deems unlawful. Social media platforms in Pakistan are now required to register with this DRPA, and those who fail to comply could face temporary or permanent bans. Now, the bill broadens the definition of illegal content, which now covers material that promotes violence, hatred, defamation, or harms national security. While these categories seem innocent enough, journalists have expressed concerns that the vague language in the bill could be used by the state to censor critical reporting, particularly on government actions. Journalist organizations, digital rights activists, and newspaper editorials have strongly condemned the amendments. The common refrain is that this is an attack on freedom of expression. It is a digital dragnet that will now legalize Big Brother in Pakistan. In its editorial, Dawn wrote that the Pakistani state must stop inflicting wounds on itself and learn to resolve its internal issues through social and political means. The Joint Action Committee, a coalition of journalist rights groups including the Pakistan Federal Union of Journalists and the All Pakistan Newspapers Society, also issued a joint statement denouncing the changes. Others highlighted how the PECA Act had earlier been used to unfairly target journalists who have even been sentenced to death under this law. The Standard Pakistan, a newspaper in Pakistan, wrote in its editorial that this bill raises further concerns over threats to press freedom, online privacy, and democratic discourse, particularly on digital platforms. Rather than ensuring online safety, it risks becoming another tool for censorship and authoritarianism under the pretext of cybersecurity. This is Debdutta for ThePrint. Keep watching for more such videos.